Right now at noon, a local school gained national attention this month when an 8-year-old Native American boy was forced to cut his hair because of its policy. We'll have new details. Plus, Arkansas senior citizens get gifted by Santa.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on KOAM News at Noon. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy. The Girard, Kansas School District changed a controversial policy about the hair length of male students. The change came at yesterday evening's school board meeting. The previous policy gained national attention last month when an 8-year-old Native American boy was forced to cut his hair because of the school policy. The American Civil Liberties Union sent a letter to the district on behalf of the boy's family, demanding that the rule be changed, saying it violated state and federal gender discrimination laws. The school board last night changed its handbook to remove the policy. In the statement, the Girard School Superintendent says, quote, "Our work will continue to prepare each Girard student for a bright future, and we appreciate the way that the people in our schools and community work together every day to make our schools a safe, caring, and respectful place for learning." And a Joplin police officer has minor injuries following a crash yesterday. Investigators say the officer was running with lights and sirens on an emergency call, traveling north on South Main Street. It was then a westbound pickup did not yield at the intersection with 32nd Street and T-boned into the patrol car. The officer was treated at the hospital for minor injuries, and the pickup driver was not hurt. The Economic Security Corporation in Joplin announced some big transportation news. The nonprofit yesterday unveiled their CARS project. CARS stands for Community Action Ride System. Volunteers will drive their own cars and take people free of charge anywhere in Jasper, Barton, Newton, and McDonald counties. Rides outside the 4 counties are available if the driver is willing. Economic Security says the program can be used for just about anything.
Anybody can use the program as long as you are a resident of Barton, Jasper, and Newton and McDonald County. And you can use the rides to go to and from work, school, daycare, medical appointments, grocery store, pharmacy, whatever the need is there. If you don't have transportation, this will be a program that you'll be able to take advantage of.
Economic's goal is to make the program 7 days a week, nights and weekends, if they have enough drivers. A newly passed law calls for a ban on some foreign countries from owning land in Arkansas. The law cites national security concerns. Enforcing that law, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders forced a Chinese-owned company to sell its farmland. While there was one incident of Chinese nationals accused of spying in Arkansas in 2018, the bill's lead sponsor says the law is largely preventative.
We have to trade internationally, but we don't have to be taken advantage of because we want to be internationally traded.
The governor said in a statement Wednesday, quote, "China is a hostile foreign adversary, and under my administration, we will follow the law."
Good afternoon. The rain has made it across the state of Kansas and across the state of Oklahoma. It's getting very close to Joplin at this hour. This is what it looks like out of our Indigo Skycam. You can see the pavement now wet, the clouds in the process of lowering, and the steady rain about to push into Miami very shortly. It has been raining all morning long for areas west of Chanute. Now we're seeing the rain in Chanute. That's been the case over the past few hours. Parsons, Independence, Pittsburgh reporting a little bit of light rain at this hour, and this is really where that rain is. It's really right along the state lines there into Nevada, Lamar, and Joplin. This is probably just a few sprinkles before the main band pushes in. Remember, we've been moistening up that atmosphere all morning long. Temperatures where the rain has been falling for a couple hours in the 40s, back toward Parsons and Independence, so a bit cooler there. But look at Joplin, look at Neosho, look at Anderson, mid to upper 50s. But keep in mind, once the rain pushes in, those temperatures will gradually begin to cool. So we'll see a cooling trend, falling temperatures throughout the day with the rain increasing from west to east across the region. So have that rain gear with you. Some of you could see showers on your Saturday. We'll let you know who has the best chance, and we'll break out that 10-day forecast coming up. Caitlin, back to you.
Thanks, Tiffany. It's been a long time coming. The city of Joplin is celebrating the completion of its 32nd Street widening project. The city yesterday held a ribbon cutting on the west end of the street to celebrate. The project widened nearly 2 miles of 32nd Street to 3 lanes stretching from Schifferdecker Avenue to Central City Road. It also added a center lane and a sidewalk. The project helps to accommodate both business and residential growth.
We have a lot more industry out here, and it's only increasing. We have several new neighborhoods coming in. The Eagles Edge subdivision is under construction. The first house is in that subdivision.
Work on the project began 2 years ago in December of 2021. The Jasper, Missouri Police held their kids' Christmas party last night. The party hosted about 100 local children and their families. The event featured plenty of food and plenty of giveaways. Kids also got to see Santa and pick out their own age-appropriate toy. You can check out more from the Christmas party on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. And that's a look at today's top stories and weather in the 4 states region. Up next on KOAM News at Noon, Santa isn't just for kids. We see how senior citizens get to enjoy the Christmas spirit through one program in Arkansas. And later, we're making ice cube chocolates in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. Stay tuned. Home Instead's Be a Santa to a Senior program is providing gifts for Arkansas seniors this Christmas.
The season of giving brings joy to those young and old.
I came here to drop off a package for Home Instead.
Just ask Randy Lamp and the memories he holds.
I've known a number of people that have a need of this kind of service, and so it's something that's close to our hearts.
Hundreds of seniors have their Christmas list placed on Home Instead's trees to help with life's twist.
They lose a lot of their family members and don't have a lot of family anymore, or their friends have passed away, and so that care professional that's in the home with them becomes that best friend in that family that they no longer have.
Their list to Santa asking for not a lot, a blanket, some socks, or even a kettle pot.
A lot of them are things more of a need in the home than a want.
A pandemic pause changed how the gifts sent, but they're once again joyful to see their friends.
It is overwhelming and just heartwarming. I have to say, when me and my husband and my kiddos delivered the gifts to the homes of the seniors, I think all of us cried at a few of the houses.
This Christmas, the In-Home Care Company is inviting everyone to give and remember life values. After all, the gift of giving is not always wrapped in a bow, for when their gifts are given, it'll be you who receives when their smiles glow.
I know what it's like to receive when times are tough and I'm in need, and it's really a gift to me to be able to help someone else.
And more than 2 months into Israel's campaign against the Hamas terror group, U.S. officials are uneasy about the mounting civilian death toll in Gaza. The U.S. is pushing Israel to wind down intensive combat while acknowledging the fight will still take months. Willie James Inman has more from the White House.
The daily sight of smoke over the Gaza Strip is a reminder Israel is not done with its mission to destroy Hamas. In an Israeli military video released Friday, the head of Israel's intelligence directorate said the war is a multi-arena campaign, and there are many months ahead. The U.S. has acknowledged it's going to take time, but is pushing Israel to scale back high-intensity combat in favor of more precise targeting of Hamas leaders.
From our perspective, distinguishing between innocent Palestinian people on the one hand and Hamas on the other hand is not just a moral question. It's also a strategic question for Israel.
U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is in the region meeting with both Israel and the Palestinian Authority, discussing a timetable for winding down the intense combat phase. That could come in the next 2 to 3 weeks. The other pressing question is what happens after the war. The Biden administration envisions a revitalized role for the Palestinian Authority in governing Gaza.
Thank you for coming in.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that won't happen on his watch. In a meeting with the Red Cross Thursday, Netanyahu urged the organization to apply pressure for the return of more than 100 hostages.
You have every avenue, every right, and every expectation to place public pressure on Hamas.
He also presented a box of medication and first aid for the hostages, predicting Hamas would reject delivery on the spot. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.
Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry pegs the civilian death toll at more than 18,000 men, women, and children. Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, we see what's cooking with Mr. Food.
Today, we're sharing a homemade gift idea that's pretty sweet, so make sure you stick around.
It has been a dry December, but we're finally getting some rain in the rain gauges. We'll let you know how much some locations have picked up and when the rain will come to an end. It's coming up after the break. Good afternoon. The rain is almost in Joplin. It is probably a half an hour away at max because the showers have now pushed into the Pittsburgh area, and we'll likely see the rain increase across Missouri and Arkansas as we head into the afternoon hours. But it looks like there may be a few sprinkles out there. The pavement looks like it could be getting wet. Kind of hard to tell at this time, but it looks like it's going to rain out there with those clouds thickening and lowering. Check out some of these rain totals so far. They are impressive, especially the farther west you go in Kansas. Eureka picking up 81/100ths of an inch of rain. Bartlesville, Oklahoma, just under half an inch so far, and it's still raining. Keep that in mind. Independence, Kansas, just over a quarter of an inch. Coffeyville, just under a quarter of an inch. Only a couple hundredths in Chanute and Pittsburgh. Like I mentioned, it just started raining there, so your rain totals are going to jump up as we get deeper into the afternoon. Here's what the radar looks like. It has been raining all morning long across our westernmost communities. We may get a little bit of a break in the action west of Independence toward the Sedan area shortly and into Howard, but it's still raining in Eureka, Yates Center, Fredonia, Chanute, Iola, down into Parsons and Columbus. Pittsburgh, like I mentioned, rain just started in your area. And here's where the rain is actually reaching the ground, just to the east of Columbus, over Carthage and Joplin, and even down just west of Pineville. It's still not reaching the ground, but it's close. There may be a few sprinkles there, but the actual rain is making its way across eastern Oklahoma and eastern Kansas at this hour. Once the rain pushes in, temperatures will fall, and that's what's been happening into Kansas and Oklahoma. 54 in Pittsburgh, it's 48 in Parsons, 49 in Chanute, 46 in Nowata, 46 in Sedan. But notice where we haven't seen any rain, that's where temperatures are in the 50s. We're at 55 in Joplin, 57 in Miami, 57 in Anderson. These are likely your highs for the day because once the rain moves in, temperatures will gradually fall from here on out. The winds have been up. They've been elevated anywhere between 5 and about 15 miles per hour. So that may be a bit breezy at times, especially when that rain pushes in. So here's the latest computer model. By Joplin, the rain will be here by 1. I think it'll already be here by 1 o'clock. So 2 o'clock, we start to see that rain pushing into the rest of Arkansas and into southwestern Missouri. And the showers will continue to work their way across our Missouri and Arkansas counties. For the evening commute, it's looking a bit wet out there. Stay safe, slow down a bit, and allow for some extra time. That's what I'm trying to say. By 9 o'clock, if you're going to be out and about tonight, definitely take the rain gear with you as the steady rain continues. But then the rain becomes a bit more widespread as we head into the overnight period and into tomorrow morning. It starts to push out to the east and northeast. Temperatures in the 40s. Now, we're going to be tracking another upper level system that's going to clip us from the north, so that could actually bring in a few additional showers as we head into Saturday afternoon. But look at where the best chances will be, really across the northeastern half of the region. So here's where the best rain chances will be tomorrow. From Pittsburgh, Joplin, just to the north of Bentonville, we have about a 30% chance. Better chances from Springfield and points off to the north and east. And I think our westernmost communities, southwestern communities, will stay dry tomorrow. Now, tomorrow will be chilly, 48, cool on Sunday, and then we'll continue to warm things up close to 60 by the middle of the week. Pattern gets more active by the end of the week and into the upcoming weekend. Caitlin?
Thanks, Tiffany. Well, stick around because we're making ice scoop chocolates in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. It's time to check in with Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Did you know that you can use your ice cube tray to make homemade candy? That's right. With Howard's recipe for ice cube chocolates, you can make your very own gourmet-style chocolates right at home. These homemade chocolates are especially great for gift giving or setting out on a tray at your next holiday party. Take a look.
How's your holiday shopping coming along? Is there someone on your list who has you stumped? If so, then we've got an idea that's really special and it won't cost you an arm and a leg. It's homemade chocolates. And if you're thinking, I can't make that, it's time to think again. We start by melting a good amount of chocolate chips along with a bit of coconut oil in the microwave. After giving it a good mix, we fill plastic ice cube trays about a third full with the chocolate and pop them in the freezer. After a few minutes, we take them out and tilt the trays so each cube is lined with the chocolate, and back in the freezer they go. Once they firm up, we fill the centers with anything from mini marshmallows or caramel to peanut butter and nuts. Then more chocolate goes on top and we freeze them again. When they firm up, give the tray a slight twist and flip it over. Voila! Fancy chocolates. For an extra festive touch, drizzle them with some white chocolate and top them with some sugar decorations. Imagine how great these would look inside a gift box or on a holiday tray. The recipe for what we call our ice cube chocolates is online now. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a giftable chocolate way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Hey!
To find this recipe along with many others, just head over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com and click on Mr. Food. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.